Did you know that the Titanic sank to the bottom of the ocean in what seemed to be a clear location? Yet it took over 70 years to find it? What made one of the most famous ships in history disappear so mysteriously? Join us as we uncover the thrilling journey to find the Titanic. In 1912, the Titanic, the grandest ship of its time, embarked on its maiden voyage, carrying over 2,200 passengers and crew. The ship glided through the calm waters of the North Atlantic, its black and orange smokestacks towering above its deck, where lifeboats were neatly aligned. On board, passengers dressed in their finest early 20th century attire waved joyfully, unaware of the impending disaster. As night fell, a lookout stationed in the crow's nest spotted an iceberg looming ahead. Under the pale moonlight, he urgently sounded the alarm. On the bridge, the captain gripped the brass steering wheel, his face etched with concern as he ordered evasive maneuvers. Despite their efforts, the Titanic collided with the iceberg, sending ice chunks cascading onto the bow. Chaos erupted as passengers scrambled for lifeboats, their faces filled with fear. The lifeboats were lowered into the freezing ocean as the deck tilted. Crew members, dressed in dark uniforms with the White Star Line logo on their caps, worked tirelessly to save as many lives as possible. Meanwhile, the Titanic groaned under the strain, splitting in half. Its stern rose vertically against the starry sky before the entire ship disappeared beneath the waves, leaving behind lifeboats filled with shivering survivors. The RMS Carpathia, navigating through a sea of icebergs, arrived to rescue those who had escaped. Survivors, wrapped in heavy blankets, gazed back at the icy expanse in disbelief, mourning the loss of over 1,500 lives. Aboard the Carpathia, a researcher sketched the Titanic's last known coordinates, marking the beginning of a quest that would span decades. In the 1950s, technology was primitive, and finding the Titanic seemed an impossible task. Researchers aboard small ships reviewed hand-drawn maps, plotting potential search areas. Lacking modern tools, they relied on dynamite to create sonar echoes, hoping to map the ocean floor. Explosions lit up the surface, but the data was vague and inconclusive. Frustration grew as each expedition ended in failure. Explorers braved stormy nights, their vessels tossed by massive waves. Inside cramped cabins, they sketched maps and theorized possible locations, but the vastness of the ocean overwhelmed their efforts. Outdated sonar equipment showed blurred images, leaving researchers staring at screens in despair. One by one, teams returned to port under sunsets that symbolized their unsuccessful missions. Despite setbacks, the quest continued. Marine biologists observed sea creatures attracted to expedition lights, while frustrated explorers sought funding to refine their tools. Early designs of submersibles hinted at future possibilities, but the Titanic remained elusive, buried under miles of water. By the 1970s, new technology brought fresh hope. Robert Ballard, a marine geologist, led efforts to deploy advanced submersibles and side-scan sonar. Aboard a modern research vessel, Ballard outlined his plan to a determined crew. Side-scan sonar devices, sleek and state-of-the-art, were launched into calm waters. These tools offered more precise imaging of the ocean floor. However, challenges persisted. During one expedition, a drill pipe snapped and sank, halting progress and causing chaos on deck. Despite the setbacks, Ballard analyzed sonar data, using navigation tools to calculate debris drift patterns. His theory of focusing on the Titanic's debris field rather than the wreck itself gained traction. Meanwhile, Jack Grimm, an eccentric oil tycoon, joined the race. Known for his unconventional methods, Grimm funded expeditions and brought advanced equipment, albeit with some theatrics, such as a trained monkey. Though his attempts garnered attention, they too failed to locate the ship. In 1985, Ballard, armed with cutting-edge technology, launched the Argo submersible. This underwater sled, equipped with cameras and sonar, was towed above the seabed. For days, the team monitored video feeds, observing endless stretches of ocean floor. Then, faint shapes appeared on the screen, a boiler from the Titanic's debris field. Excitement erupted as the crew realized they were close. The Argo captured images of artifacts and twisted metal. The iconic bow, eerily preserved, emerged from the shadows. The team honored the tragedy with a moment of silence, reflecting on the loss of life. The breakthrough was monumental. Divers prepared to recover small artifacts, attaching recovery bags to sections of the hull. Plates, personal items, and lifeboat davits were brought to the surface, offering glimpses into life aboard the Titanic. The staircase, buried in silt, remained recognizable, a haunting reminder of the ship's grandeur. Researchers mapped the vast debris field, discovering objects scattered for miles. The Titanic had become an artificial reef, with marine life thriving around its remains. Yet, debates arose about the ethics of disturbing the site. Some argued for preservation, while others advocated for artifact recovery to educate future generations. As expeditions continued, tensions grew. Engineers attempted to recover a large section of the hull, using air-filled bags to lift it. However, a sudden storm disrupted the operation, and the piece sank back to the seabed. Critics questioned the wisdom of such efforts, citing the ship's historical and emotional significance. Artifacts displayed in museums sparked further debate. Public protests called for leaving the Titanic undisturbed, with banners reading, "Preserve History." Marine biologists studied the wreck, noting how it had become a habitat for vibrant coral and schools of fish. Advanced imaging captured details of the ship's deterioration, showing how time and nature reclaimed it. The crew honored the Titanic's victims with a memorial ceremony, casting flowers into the ocean above the wreck. The Titanic, resting peacefully on the seabed, remained a testament to human ambition, tragedy, and resilience. The Titanic's discovery marked a turning point in deep-sea exploration. It highlighted the intersection of history, technology, and ethics, sparking debates that continue today. As it rests in eternal stillness, the Titanic serves as both a reminder of human vulnerability and a symbol of our enduring quest for discovery. And that is the arduous journey to find the Titanic after more than 7 decades. But should we leave it as it is at the bottom of the ocean as a historical monument, or bring its remains to the surface for display? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our exciting content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.